sometimes in life we have a tendency to play with things and keep messing with things until they're broken. Well, I have been messing with the tactics and I'm just hoping it's not broken. Hello everybody, it's a warm welcome to episode 36 of To Be a Legend. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have for you two games in League 2. First of all, against the team that are immediately behind us at the moment, Hartlepool, and that is followed by a game against Cambridge United, who are near the bottom of the table, but as we well know from previous in this save, we do struggle against teams at the bottom. I don't know why that is, but we do, and it's annoying, very annoying. Right, nothing has happened since you were last with us. I can tell you that much. Last time you were with us, we played Swindon, and Crewe lost 1-0 annoyingly to Swindon, playing this 4-3-1-2 formation with the defensive midfielder. We did manage to get past Crewe, though, in the EFL Trophy Northern Section Group D match, which sets that up quite nice. So a quick look at that. Everybody on the same points, varying goal difference. Aston Villa under 21s have the better goal difference. We have the same goal difference as Crewe, and Hartlepool bottom with -2, but bearing in mind we all have 3 points. The teams that win the next round of games effectively will go through, I'm guessing, is where I'm looking at that. It's pretty much a given that you win the next match, you are through to the next round, the knockout round of this competition, the Papa John's Trophy, the EFL Trophy, what used to be called the Johnson's Paint or something like that, or the DAF. I mean, I'm showing my age again now. So that's all good. And then in League 2, that loss was a little bit ghouling, really, but we are sort of just about in front of Hartlepool. Certainly goal difference is good. Hartlepool have that game in hand. I have checked through the fixtures, and we're going to be 2 games in front of them before we're much older. Because once we play Cambridge United, I think it is, which is a game on its own again. It's because that game has been pulled forward. I remember for some reason Cambridge game has been pulled forward. It should have been at the end of the month. It's been pulled forward. Anyway, that will give us 2 games in hand. So we need to be winning this next game because it's a 6-pointer. Open that gap up. In effect, if we can open that gap up, then obviously whatever Hartlepool do, we're not really too worried. But even with 2 games in hand, as long as we're 6 points clear of them, currently 3 points clear of them, if we can beat them, we will be 6 points clear of them, and they'll only be a game behind us. So as I say, and then we've got the game against Cambridge, and as long as we can beat Cambridge, technically we could be 9 points in front of them, but yeah, I don't want to confuse matters too much. Form-wise, if you look at Hartlepool over here on the right-hand side, their current form, there they go. Draws against Cheltenham, Bradford City, 0-0 draws, and 2-2 against Swindon. They lost to us 4-2. Why is that not showing up? And a 1-0 win against Mansfield. That's a win, isn't it? They beat us 4-2, but it's not showing up on there for some reason or other. I'm not quite sure. I'm confused. Anyway, I was looking at the right one, wasn't I? I wasn't looking at the right one, ladies and gentlemen. I was looking at, what was I looking at? Leighton Orient? No. Quite sure what I was looking at there. Well, it didn't come up right. Anyway, did it? It's not come up again. Right, let's get in here. There we go. So 2-2 draw against Swindon Town, 0-0 against Solihull Moors, a 2-1 win against Carlisle, and then 0-0 draws against Bradford City and Cheltenham. That's their current 5-match run. And as you'll see, we are in reasonable form. There's that one loss against Swindon Town, beat Bradford City, beat Doncaster, beat Carlisle, beat Gillingham. So we just need to pick up that form today. As I said, I have been tinkering with the tactics, and I am going to show you the team that we're going to put out against them. We're tinkered again because we've gone to a 4-2-1-2-1. Really, two factors in this is the other formation was all right, but just for me, it didn't feel attacking enough, one. And two, the other thing that was bothering me greatly was that we weren't making use of our wide players, and I really expected them to start to get grumpy very, very soon. It's great to have two players up front, and we will continue to be able to work that and play that that formation. We can switch between the two, and we still have our old version 1 of the 4-2-3-1, which works quite well as well. So we'll see how we get on. But today, I think we are deploying this variation, a 4-2-1-2-1, and obviously a couple of defensive midfielders playing in the segundo volante roles, and then a central midfielder and two wide players as well. See how effective that is. That may not be the team. As you can see, McDonald isn't completely fit, so we may do a few tweaks to the side that you see here before we get round to the teams. Right, that is pretty much all news at the moment. Hartlepool, then, we have played them twice already. We played them in a friendly in 2020, July 2023. Beat them 2-1 on that occasion. That was at home, though. Losing 4-2 in the northern section, Group D. So really be good to see that we made a little bit of progression and doing quite well. The only issue with it is we're away. So let's see what the team looks like that's going to play Hartlepool. And this is the team that will face Hartlepool. It is Killip in goal, Scanlon, Gamble, Viner and Clark are our backline. Raymond and Greaves in front of them, with Mundell sitting in that central midfield role. Barrington and Smith playing on the wide positions, and Walker is in front of them. Clark, as I said, comes in for McDonald, who goes to the bench. Molden, Linton, McDonald, Idwin, Dudziak, I'll get it right in a minute. Moss and Omatoy are making up the rest of the bench. And this is how the teams line up. Hartlepool playing a 4-3-2-1. A very similar style to us, except they're playing with a defensive midfielder instead of a central midfielder. And this is how the table currently looks. Hartlepool, of course, second on 19 points behind us. It'll take the lead on 22 points. Our first highlight, 8 minutes on the clock. It was a throw-in from Scanlon on this side. And they win the ball back, and it's gone back to them. Gamble heads that down to Mundell. Sterry with a throw-in to Gray. Stats-wise, we've had a reasonable amount of the game. Ball headed back, and Crawford is in. Let's put that out wide, but Scanlon is there. Scanlon and Gamble working together. Scanlon puts that through, looking for Barrington. Barrington has got there. He's won the tackle. Can he do something with this? Flashed it over the top. Oh, it was a save. It's a corner. It's gone out for a corner. Good save then in that case. I do apologise to Barrington. Smith with the corner. Swung in. Nobody there though. And long ball forward. Walker heading it down to Smith. Trying to get it through to Walker. Walker was away, but it's gone out wide to McDonald. Not our McDonald. Another McDonald. Killip saves. Free kick now just inside. Callum Cook, who did us damage last time they played us. That one's gone wide. We have a free kick now. 39 minutes on the clock. Raymond with the free kick. And Raymond has had to make a save. It was on target. And it's gone out for a corner on this side. James Clark taking the corner. And it's over the top from Gamble. Well, apart from a spell in the middle of that half where Hartlepool seemed to get back into the game a little bit, it's been a productive first half, albeit not possession-wise. We've had 9 shots, 7 on target, 0.78 on the XG, 46% of the possession. Doing reasonably well. Just need to convert some of those on targets. Their goalkeeper, I guess, has been having an extremely good game. In fact, both goalkeepers have been having a good game. If you look at, we've had 9 shots, 7 of them on target, and actually Ben Winterbottom has saved all 7. So he is the difference between us and quite a good scoreline at the moment. Let's hope he loses a little bit of his whatever in the second half. That's bad, isn't it? But we're hoping that he does. Hartlepool have dropped down to second, I believe, as it stands at the moment, because Leyton Orient are beating Harrogate Town at the moment by 2-1. More of that shortly. In fact, we can have a quick look now. There we go. Leyton Orient are second on 21 points at the moment. We're still top on 23. Hartlepool third on 20 points. But that does mean that Leyton Orient could overtake us if we don't win this match. And with 56 minutes on the clock, Luca Barrington has picked up an injury, a potential groin injury, which is not good news. So Tyrese Omatoy has come on for him on the left side of the attack. And we have a free kick. First highlight, 58 minutes on the clock. And that ball comes out. Raymond tidies up. Scanlon finds Omatoy. Omatoy flicks it in, looking for Smith. Didn't find him. Clark heads it back into the area. It's defensively headed away, but only as far as Greaves. Mundell. Greaves. Oh, that's come back off the post, and that would have been a really lucky goal. Throw in now on this near side. Viner, long throw, looking for Mundell, but it's ended up with Raymond. Raymond, with a lack of support, it's flicked on, and it's taken a deflection. Free kick for them. Nyang. Sakai. Struggling to find a way through at the moment, but a long ball. Gamble underneath that one. Gamble's picked up a yellow card as well, I noticed. Scanlon to Omatoy. Omatoy now. And manages to keep the ball in and it keeps it under control. Scanlon with a swings it in. Smith! It's gone in off the goalkeeper. And that's the first mistake Winterbottom has made. And Johnny Smith has scored. I didn't see how many goals he's had this season, but it doesn't matter really. It might be his first, actually. He was injured, of course, at the start of the season, just slowly getting back, and Winterbottom will be cross with that. And we go 1-up after 69 minutes. Question of offside, but I think he's been played on. And with 74 minutes on the clock, we made 3 more changes. Coming off, James Clark has come off. Kyle McDonald has come on. Patrick Gamble, who was tiring, has come off. And we have brought on Duncan Idahan for him. And in midfield, AJ Greaves has come off. And Harrison Dudzak has come on. We have one more substitute that we can make. We're going to hang on to that just for a little while. Do have some other tired legs in there, but the bench isn't giving us that many players to play in the sort of midfieldy roles, so we're having to make do with what we've got. I don't think Linton can play there, can he? No, he can only play up that left hand side if we need to. So that's the changes that we're going to make at this stage anyway. McDonald with a cross. He's come on. It's headed down into the path of Smith. Smith looks as if he might have been about to get his second. Vino's picked up a yellow card as well, I notice. Mundell's missed that one. And McDonald is on a run. And he's been given free. Why? I think it might have been offside there. It has been disallowed. Thank you very much. But why? I think the defence had left it because they knew he was offside. It was very close. So it was too close to call, really. Killip with the free kick that ensues. Scanlon tries to get that forward, but it's not to anybody. Raymond tries to win that ball. And it's been tackled. They've come back into this, and oh, no. We got to be careful here. And it's into the area, and it's this time is a goal. We've given it up, and they've come back into it, and then they've got us. Gray with the ball in, and Nichols was free by that time. Onside this time. Viner not keeping abreast of him. And having conceded that goal and going a goal by, not a goal behind, but really needing a little bit more impetus. 80 minutes on the clock virtually, and what we've done is we brought Perry Moss on the right-hand side, moved Smith to the left, and Omatoy has gone up front to replace Walker. And it's going to be a frustrating 1-1 draw. Johnny Smith after 69, Tom Nichols after 79. They had 9 shots, 6 on target, 0.97 on the XG, 49% possession. We had 18 shots, 12 of which were on target, 1.47. Any other day, if it had not been for Winterbottom, who had a good game, I think we'd have been miles away there and would have really sort of like just pulled away. But it wasn't to be. And I guess we're all also playing with a slightly different formation. And with Leyton Orient beating Harrogate Town 4-1, that has closed the gap, and they do have a game in hand over us, which means should they win that game in hand, we would drop down to second place. So it's all very tight at the top there. Crewe also, where did Crewe beat Gillingham by a goal to nil? So Crewe tucked in there as well. So as it currently stands, we still lead by 2 points, but everybody else below us, apart from Gillingham, have a game in hand. So it could change quite a lot. Obviously, 3 go up from this league, so as long as we're in the top 3 come the end, that's all that matters. I'd love to win the title, but it's not a dead worry. So, yeah, on any other day, we would have won that match. But obviously, again, we were up against Hartlepool, let's face it. And Hartlepool are draw specialists, as we worked out at the start. So they've done it again today. Thought we might have just snuck it when Johnny Smith got that goal after 69 minutes, but wasn't to be. And confirmation of all that with the full table. And as we've said, it's very tight at the top there. Just 7 points between Woking in the last playoff position and ourselves at the top of the table. So it can change at this time of the season. It can change very, very quickly. Bradford City and Doncaster, the two sides, struggling at the bottom moment. Doncaster especially struggling. But there are 4 teams there on 7 points between Cambridge United, who we're playing in the next match, down to Bradford City. So, yeah, that's how it goes. Cambridge, just for the record, have lost 3, drawn 1, and in fact won their last match against Carlisle United. So they'll be a little bit chipper about that, I guess, although Carlisle are only just above them in the table. Let's go and have a look then and see, well, look at the schedule, see Cambridge United. We haven't played before. Indeed, we haven't. Reece Greenwich is away on international duty, so he won't be available to play. 9 players are unregistered. And Zach Viner has picked up, because of a yellow card in the last game, has picked up a suspension. With Greenwich out, we could be struggling at the back. We'll have to see. Fingers crossed we're okay. And Will Mannion is out with a thigh strain for Cambridge. I'm sure that'll make a lot of difference. Let's go and have a look at the team that will face Cambridge. And the team that will face Cambridge, we have changed it up a little bit. Killip in goal, Linton, Gamble, Williams and McDonald. Williams coming in for the suspended Viner. McDonald back on the right-hand side of attack. As you'll see, we're playing the 4-2-1-2-1. Greaves and Patterson in midfield, with Mundell as the central midfielder. Walker and Smith are the wide players. Walker's returning to the side that he left Cambridge United. And Dobby starts up front. As on the bench, you'll see no goalkeeper either. we've decided that we'll use it and have a bigger selection of outfield players and take a chance. We don't need it. We never used to have it in the National League, and we were shorter on the bench then. Scanlon, Clark, Idwin, Camwa, Dudizak, Moss and Omotoy are all on the bench then. And this is how Cambridge line up. 4-2-3-1. And we're trying out this 4-2-1-2-1. 4-3-3 really, I suppose, if you look at it another way. And we're still top by 2 points, but Leyton Orient do have that game in hand. Cambridge down in 20th place. And our first highlight, 3 minutes in. Ball being played back to Gamble. I think it was Greaves that played it back. Gamble comes forward. Finds Walker out on that wide side. As I said, Walker did used to play for Cambridge United, so he'll have something to try and prove. McDonald finds Smith. Smith shoots, comes off the woodwork, and it's gone out. Holden with a goal kick. Long ball forward. McDonald is underneath that one. Patterson picks it up in midfield. Finds Dobby. Dobby picks out Walker. Linton. Linton crosses it in. Patterson! Oh, what a goal that was. His second goal of the season. And some aerobatics that was. He put himself in a bit of space and hit that on the volley so hard Holden couldn't hold on to it. They have a free kick just inside their own half. Nasia to Diang. Gordon. Dixon Bonnet. Long one forward. Gamble brings it down nicely. Finds Johnny Smith. Smith finds Mundle. Mundle got away with that and looked like he was going to lose it, but they've now on a counter-attack. We need to be careful here. It's had a shot from distance, but it's flashed wide. They have a corner. Warman with the corner. Swung in. It's headed out. Dobby will get there. And we are on a break. Johnny Smith comes away. Johnny Smith with support from McDonald. McDonald having picked up a yellow card as well. Williams. Williams launches one. He's looking for somebody. But there's nobody there. Linton wins that ball back. Walker. Greaves. Greaves gone forward. Mundle is in an attacking position. Linton. Linton cross. And Smith. His fifth of the season. And Johnny Smith said, not sure if he'd only scored, but he'd obviously scored 3 previously, 4 in the last match, 5 in this one now. It's 2-0 after 36 minutes. Lovely across the 18-yard box, and Smith just whacks it into the net. We come forward again. Walker pumps the ball out looking for Smith, but it's kept in. And that ball going nowhere. Harry Williams underneath that one. That one forward again for Smith, but it's and the defender puts it straight into the area, and Dobby says thank you very much. 3-0 after 40 minutes. Mistake by the defence. Honstrup puts it into the area. Didn't see Dobby, I'm guessing. And with half time, yes, Patterson, Smith and Dobby, the scorers in that first half. 12 shots, 6 on target, so 50% happy with that. 1.04 on the old XG, 55% of the possession. Cambridge have had 7 shots, 2 on target, 0.35, 45% of the possession. We need to just up it a little bit in the second half. We're hitting lots of shots. We're hitting target about 50%, which is my usual line. But we could just do a little bit more damage, I think. But at this point, I think we're in a fairly good position. 3-0 up and 3 more points on the board. First highlight of the second half, 56 minutes on the clock. And it's a ball that's launched forward by Holden. And nice to keep a clean sheet today, if we can. Killip comes out and claims that one. Killip rolls it out to McDonald. McDonald comes forward then, launches one. Not sure what he was looking for, but Patterson brings it down, but trying to get it through to Smith. Didn't make it, and there's a run off here. Duran, oh, he's come off the post. Linton clears it. And with 67 minutes on the clock, we made 2 changes in central midfield. Dudizak comes on for Mundell, and Camwa has come on for AJ Greaves. And another highlight. Cambridge have the highlight. Ball headed down, and Yarn is in. Always worries me when they come forward, but he's looked like a support. Johnny Smith steps in, but he's given the ball away to Yarn, and Yarn puts it away. Kai Yarn gets his first goal of the season, makes it 3-1 after 73 minutes. Yarn doing all the work. Johnny Smith just ambling back and gave the ball away. Presumably a question of whether he was offside, but he wasn't. And we have a corner now. Smith with the corner, an out swinger, and it's scored. Patrick Gamble, his first goal of the season, makes it 4-1, and the 3-goal lead is put back in after 77 minutes. Haven't scored from many corners just recently, but that one perfectly placed. Defenders all around him. And with nearly 81 minutes on the clock, we've made our final 3 changes. Coming on, James Clark has come on for Kyle McDonald. Idowen has come on for Patrick Gamble, who's just scored from a corner to restore the 3-goal lead. And then also we've taken off Lewis Walker, who's had a mediocre game. And we've brought on Tyrese Omotoy in that left side. Just to finish off the match. Can play as inside forward or as an inverted winger. We're going to play him as the inverted winger. Holden then with a goal kick. First highlight after our changes. Clark, Smith. I don't know if they'd have... they have set in. Omotoy. Omotoy crosses the ball. Oh, it's bouncing about there. Tried to get that through to Smith again. It didn't go, but they're on a counter now. We need to be wise to this, boys. Come on. And Williams is out there. Just thwarts him slightly. Oh, and Yarn's in again. He's missed the target this time. Linton with a free kick in their half. Ball rolled forward. Omotoy crosses it in. Dobby's got his 2nd goal of the game. 9th of the season. It's 5-1. And Omotoy has come on and done some damage since he's been on. That's for sure. Rolled into space for him. He just put that into the 6-yard box, just hoping that somebody was there, and Dobby was. Grigg from the kick-off. Moving the ball around nicely. Linton sort of thwarts that one from Bennett. Long ball forward. Headed down by Idwin to Dudzak. Patterson's been caught though. Oh dear. Patterson's not in the right mind. Yarn. And the goalkeeper's made a fantastic save. Killip there. Stopping Yarn getting a second. And they have a corner. Pritchard with the corner. It's going to be an outswinger. So they can attack the ball. Crosses it in. Cleared by Johnny Smith. And it's all over. And a resounding 5-1 win. 3-0 at half-time. 21 shots, 9 on target. So missing the 50%. Didn't really get that many more on target during the second half. 2.28 on the XG. 56% possession. They had 14 shots, 5 on target. 1.80. 44% of the possession. And in the end, it was a bit touch and go, but we'd done enough, I think, to see us through. Lots of 8 points here today. Gamble, Linton, Smith and Dobby all getting 8 points something or others. Lewis Dobby getting 2 goals to add to his tally for the season. So the front 3 doing wonderful things, and Linton also doing quite well in the back, as did the defence. Okay, let's have a look and see how that affects the table. Well, it's just as well we won. As it stands, we've now got 2 games we've played more than Leyton Orient, Hartlepool, Crewe, Swindon, etc. And we are only 5 points clear of Leyton Orient, so they have to win both their games in order to overawe us. But it's good news in as much as that's down to them to do that. Hartlepool are 6 points away from us, and they have a 10 goal less than us at the moment. That 5-1 win was definitely helped our goal difference on this occasion. So good news for that. And well, it's up to Leyton Orient now to catch us in a way. But obviously we'll see once the games in hand start to dissipate a little bit. That loss by Cambridge United puts them back into the relegation zone on goal difference, so they won't be happy that they've lost 5-1. So as you come back, let's have a look at those 2 matches in match momentum. And as you'll see, against Hartlepool, that 1-1 draw, we had about 25 minutes of that half, and they had about 20 minutes. As I said, they did come back into that game midway through that first half. We started off the second half well, got that goal, then seemed to sort of relax almost. And they come back and hit us with a 10-minute spell when they were very, very dangerous. But we took control again towards the end of the game just to make sure they didn't get any more goals back. But yeah, it wasn't our finest hour really, in as much as points dropped there, unfortunately, and puts us in a little bit of a sticky position from that point of view. Against Cambridge, slightly different kettle of fish, of course. Pretty even Stevens for the first 5 minutes, but then we dominated the next 40 minutes, scoring those 3 goals. And then we had a good start to the second half, but let them back in. And against the run of play, they did score. And of course, we then got ourselves back. Goal after 73, 4 minutes later, getting that goal back, opening up that 3-goal lead again. And then we commanded it for a little bit, holding on and getting a goal after 88 minutes, and then just settled again. But for the last 5 minutes or so, they had control of the game. And really, by that time, we were just defending our lead, as it were. So that's a little bit more in-depth data if you're ever interested in your own saves. That's quite useful information. One thing that we didn't look at was the Swindon one, of course, and that, as you'll see, was a game where really we didn't get going. And once we did get going, it was a bit too late. We were a goal behind, and then the second half was pretty much even Stevens, and but we just couldn't do enough to get past them. Right, that's all done. Our next episode, we're going to play out Crawley, Burton, Leyton Orient and Cheltenham. We're going to come back for Woking and whoever we've got in the first round of the FA Cup. I'm guessing a draw will be coming up. Let's have a look, see when that draw comes up. I'll click on the right bit. We get the schedule up. There we go. Draw for the first round is on the 21st. We're on the 16th. So Monday next week, we'll start the next episode then with the draw for the first round of the FA Cup. And then we will have that FA Cup match. You'll know by the time we get there who we're going to be playing, I think. So we might have the draw before we have the credits next time. There you go. And then you won't know who we're playing. So it'll be Woking and whoever we're playing in the first round of the FA Cup. And then we'll be coming back for the next episode will be Aston Villa under-21s, a game we must win to get through to the knockout stages of the EFL trophy, or the Papa John's trophy, whichever way you look at it. And then it will be followed by a game against Stevenage, who are currently 8th in the table in League 2. So we'll see that. As I say, my target is, dependent on cup games, is to keep working away, and each episode coming back at the start of the month. So the following month we'll be coming back for Northampton and Exeter. There's a big gap there, I think, because of the FA Cup, potentially. So if we do get through to the second round, we'll have a game in there, I think, of the FA Cup. But also, I guess it potentially is an international weekend as well. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification button. That will keep you up to date with all future episodes of To Be a Legend and new series as they are released. If you want to keep up to date with what's happening on this channel and more, you need to follow me on Twitter at JustOffsideToo. New episodes of To Be a Legend released every Monday and Thursday at 4:15 p.m. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. It'll be episode 37. It's out on Monday. Until then, don't forget tomorrow, making Chelsea stand proud. And otherwise, outside of that, have yourself a good weekend. See you next week. Bye-bye.